Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. Have we heard of a band called LOVEBITES?
Now, this is one I think I've heard of. I know it's a song, but I think I may have heard of the band as well.
This is my next series of Road Dogs and Rock Gods. This one features Dave Rodway. Dave Rodway is a buddy of mine. I know him actually from my local bar, my local pub. This guy's more enthusiastic about music. He loves music more than I think anyone I've ever met. And so I've been bugging him to come on the podcast just because it's so refreshing to see someone love music that much. He's a touring drummer, and he happens to be one of the very best drum teachers in Los Angeles. He's a good dude. I think you guys will like him. I also want to throw a shout out, a thank you, to the people here at Everybody Eat. You can read more about them at everybodyeating.com. But they made these chips that I've been eating myself here all week. They sent me a whole bunch of different ones to try. They're really, really good. What I like about them is that they're kind of fresh. They don't feel like they're made with garbage ingredients and stuff. And if you look at one of the packages, it kind of makes sense, you know, olive oil, lime juice, pumpkin seeds, nutritional yeast, gluten-free, baked. But they're tasty. I like them. Thank you guys so much. Go check them out at everybodyeating.com if you guys are interested in healthy cracker treat stuff. Guys, let's jump into these videos. Let's see what Dave Rodway has to say about your favorite band. So this is LOVEBITES. LOVEBITES is, I just know you're going to like this. I mean, it's possible you won't, but I just really think you are. They're great, man. So the track is called Thunder Vengeance. This is live at Zepp DiverCity in Tokyo. It is from 2020. You think you've heard of them, but we'll find out together. If you haven't, you will now. If you have, you'll be like, I agree. I hope. Let's give it a go, Dave. What do you think?
Wow.
Was it the band you had heard of, or?
I think so. I think so. And I think I've seen some videos of theirs on TikTok.
Oh,
And maybe that's where I remembered the name. I really like the fact that they're like kind of wearing uniforms, you know, like I know in some countries you can't go on stage like we do in America. You know, sometimes people come out on stage with hardly anything at all. You know,
yeah,
they can't do that in a lot of countries. And I like the fact that all that attention to detail, you know, the uniforms and everything is all there. You know, it's you know, like in the 70s, you know, bands used to dress up, you know, and whatever they can get their hands on. Iggy Pop would put on, you know, whatever, or, you know, whoever, you know, they put on dresses and makeup and all that just to change the way, you know, so you don't look like you just got off of work and stepped on stage and you're going to do a show, you
yeah,
know, and I appreciate that, you know, and they definitely had that. And their chops, you know, their chops are insane. You
yeah.
know, that was awesome. Yeah. Love bites. They're really good.
Cool. So
Yeah.
the drum kit here, what would you think? Big theaters or whatever? So now I'm looking, I'm observing what
Right, right, right. So now we watch this woman. You're going to see this woman play as I was watching, and you'll see she's playing very lightly. So she may be, you know, there's 100 things I think of. You know, I mean, if I'm in a room that big and this is my band, then you know, I'm going for it. I'm going to be
yeah.
like, whoo, winded after every song. But she was very metered and very controlled, and even her everything was perfect, and she never that's just a different style. But you check out her cymbals, they were higher
They
and
were
leaning in, you know, and they have these they're called China cymbals. They sound trashy. They literally sound, when they started making them, like trash can lids, you know, those metal ones you took off the, you know, clang clang clang. Well, they make cymbals. I should have one laying around here somewhere, China's, and they kind of go instead of splash splash like a cymbal normally does. And she had two of them right up there, so it was like bugga 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 bugga. You know, she really knew what she was doing. Great musicianship all the way around, man. Good energy too.
so cool. Yeah, I like that. The gear, to know about the gear is good. It's neat.
Yeah.
So another question. Um, this was kind of crazy, you know, the thunder and everything, getting the vibe going for the audience. What's the craziest gig you've ever worked? What's the nuttiest event, the nuttiest night, the smallest, craziest club, or the
Yeah.
biggest show, whatever?
Yeah, let's pick one. Well, the first one that comes to mind for me, it wasn't long ago, years ago. I was in California several years ago, and I was playing with a band called Joe Wood and the Lonely Ones. And Joe, he was one of the lead singers for TSOL, and
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah. And so we would randomly yet frequently we would get gigs in people's backyards, or if Junior had a new skate half pipe in his backyard. Joe Wood's band would come and play. We'd set up in the half pipe in the middle of the day. It's 1,000 degrees outside, and we'd play our set. You know, it was always crazy like that. The craziest thing I ever did, though, with that band, we played outside. We were going to be outside in the backyard. It was all nice. We got set up like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, you know, adult beverages, food, help yourselves, guys, no problem. So we're sitting in the backyard, and behind me, behind the drummer, there's several trees. They look like, you know, regular trees, and they're all over the yard. You know, it's a nice yard and everything like that. we start playing, and I start hearing all this like chickens. I was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, I hear these chickens everywhere. What am I hearing? So the band stops. Hey, guys. And I call the guy who I'm hearing all these chickens. I'm hearing all these chickens. He says, look behind you. And
Peacock?
as it's getting dark out, and all these chickens, these wild chickens, go into the trees to sleep. I
They
didn't
weren't
know that.
peacocks, they were chickens?
They were chickens. They were chickens. They were chickens, or they were roosters. No, I think they were chickens, and I just couldn't believe it. And whenever we would start to play, eventually they were all blah, 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 blah. They wanted to join in. It was the craziest chicken band I ever heard.
It's like the Muppet Show. That's a good one. I like that. Well, you had a built-in audience.
Yeah.
Built-in fan base.
Exactly. And yeah, that's, I'll take it.
What did you guys eat for dinner at that event? Was it chicken or I don't know?
Joel, you're terrible.
That's bad. Yeah. All right. That's bad.
That was
Let's stay in Japan. Yeah. Have we heard of a band called Bandmade?
Good name, but I haven't heard of them. Bandmade. I like that.
I think you're going to like them. Let's jump into Bandmade. You can let me know what you think. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.